I don't need it. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it. I 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 need it!
It's 2018 and there are rumors of a new Void ADC coming out. Previous Void champions all had one theme in common, which is inhumanity. Void-born champs are all weird insect-like creatures, and even the human champions connected to the Void are all mysterious, faceless emissaries. The potential was huge, as well as the hype. When it comes to the visual design of a Void champion, the possibilities are technically endless. And instead, we got this. Let's start from the concepts. They were much different, and way more promising. Every single one. Originally, she was a Chemtech ADC named Husk, visually inspired by Metroid, but later in development she was given the Void origin, and as expected, the possibilities flourished. Series of amazing concept arts of mutant bodysuits, wild, rogue look, but somewhere along the way, all of her uniqueness has been stripped away. Literally. I can't think of any good reason why, other than someone responsible for her artistic direction had a skin-tight bodysuit fetish. We've been robbed. They have exchanged a creative and expressive look for something that is visually appealing in other ways. The backlash they received was entirely reasonable because her sexualization was totally unnecessary, unlike in Ari's or Evelyn's case, whose characters and lore revolve around seduction. She was just a girl, stranded in a wretched place, forced to adapt and survive, and you're telling me she comes out with silky hair, makeup of a K-pop star, and a bodysuit with an unnecessarily deep V-neck that rides up her butt crack. I did a quick redesign of her visuals that basically completely desexualizes her and puts her closer to her original concept. I did this in like 10 minutes, so imagine how little effort it would have taken for a billion-dollar company to redesign her after publicly apologizing for her design. But I get it. Sex sells. And they don't care. They will do it again. And then of course, the kit. Insanely overloaded and overtuned, and makes old-fashioned marksman look like a joke. This is not progression, this is just lack of creativity. I decided to rate every champion by their 3 essential aspects, which is visual, gameplay, and backstory, but I feel like a champion's backstory doesn't really affect its overall design, so I decided to leave lore completely out of this discussion. For Kaiser's visual design, it's clearly a 1 out of 3. Even admitted by Riot Games, they could have done better, which is funny because the better was already there and it was actually a conscious decision to make her what she is right now. But it's okay guys, they said sorry. For gameplay design, I gave it a 1 out of 3 again, as it just doesn't live up to Void champ expectations, and the lack of creativity was clearly made up for by overtuning whatever they were able to come up with. As for Harmony, I give her a 2 out of 3. If we look past her potential and what could have been, her current kit does actually feel pretty nice, and really makes you feel like a living weapon that hunts down anything that comes in her range, and that's the only positive thing I can say about her. Overall, I do believe Kai'Sa did nothing but harm to the game and bot lane meta, and she was clearly intended as a tool for smurfs and pros to snowball their way through ranks and 1v9 carry games.